Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by. Good evening. um, Sorry for coming on so late. I was planning on doing this morning, but I was really busy printing and fighting with my printer. I have ink on my hands. I tried to get it off before the video, but that didn't work too well. So you might see ink on my hands, but you know, it happens. But the printer and I are good now. Neither one of us are mad at each other. So tonight I'd like to introduce you to my new kit that I'll be working with, and it is called Spring Aesthetics, and it is by Raindrop Lila. So before I started working on it and cutting it all up, and I wanted you to see how very beautiful this kit is, because I printed it today and I was just in awe. It's just fabulous. So I hope you all can see, and there's no shadows, but this is again Spring Aesthetics by Raindrop Lila, and I'll leave that information in the link below. However, before we get started, how are you all today? Did you have a good day? Did you do some crafting? I did. Of course, my happy place. And I did take a nap, which was wonderful. I hope that you enjoyed your day too. So here is the first page of the kit, and I do have a few pages in here that I'll be using from one of her other kits that I've printed, and then I'll be using some music page. I'll be using some antique book page from Rachel from Roxy Creations. I pulled out a bunch of other things as well. I don't really know exactly even how I'm going to create this yet. I did not print it borderless because I just wanted to get it printed, and it prints faster. But it does come out a little bit more vibrant if you use the JPEG and print borderless. It just, for some reason, it just looks better to me. But so anyway, without further ado, this is page 1. I don't know if I have the pages in order, but we'll try. And then this is page 2, which is just kind of sort of like a subdued, you know, it's just like this, but it's, you know, more faint. So it'd be a great background page for this to be able to write on. Apple blossoms or cherry blossom. I'm thinking it's apple blossoms. It is so gorgeous. Every page that printed, I was getting more and more excited. I was running out of ink on this page, I think, so I reprinted, but I forgot to put the re-ink in, and then I didn't click it in tight enough, so everything jammed. So anyway, after that, I think everything came out delightful. So yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I know you're all going to be running over there and purchasing this, because I know I would if I was seeing this kit. It is, Lydia, you've done it again. I'm addicted. Look at those colors. Oh, look at these peonies and roses. It's just gorgeous. Again, it does have some lines in it because I hadn't had my ink in yet. So I'll be reprinting some of these anyway. I was just getting very excited and wanted to print it to kind of get an idea as to how I was going to be using the kit. Now we get to some tags and labels. Which again match the kit beautifully. And this could be used for all seasons. It in my opinion. Well, all of her kits really are so aesthetically pleasing. And, you know, spring, summer, this one, I would use that probably in the fall as, you know, things are going by, you know, or summer. And I don't know how to turn this so that you're not going to see it upside down. But these are some of her photos that go with the kit. More tags and labels. This might be the same page. I may have printed that twice. Oh, that doesn't go in there. I have no idea why that's in there. Oh, I know. I'm going to cover my Insta ink box. Because I'm using it for like a little trash box when I do my fussy cutting. I cut the top off of my last journal, so I'm going to cover it. I just actually pulled that out of some files to cover that with. Now here, this page here does not go with the kit. This page is actually peach. Let's see, what's the name of that kit? I think it's called Peachy Pink. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's called Peachy Pink background. And I just thought that that might really look well with the kit. So I printed 2 of those. This is definitely Peachy Pink, and this is the washi. And I've printed that on an 8.5 by 11 sticky sheet. So once I cut the strips, then you just peel each piece off and you've got your washi tape. So I did print that from Peachy Pink because I love it and I'm out of it. I've used it all in all of my projects. Again, Peachy Pink. Don't know if I'll use it, but I printed it anyway. And this is Peachy Pink as well. This one is from Sisters in Bloom. These are the journal elements for Sisters in Bloom. But I thought it went really well with the kit. And again, Sisters in Bloom. I think. Pretty sure. If it's not, I will definitely let you know. I do have a very, very short sort of tutorial. I have had several people ask me from my last video, how did I keep my lavender from getting all crumbly on my photo that I had shown in one of my on one of my journaling cards. So I thought that I would show you how I do that, and it'll only take a second. So if you'd like to stay, I'd be happy to have you. So all you do, this is just a piece of parchment paper. I got it from Temu. I love it. It looks beautiful tea stained, as well as, you know, just plain. You could definitely make beautiful little bags out of it. I'll just show you real quick. This is not the project, but you know, how cute of a bag would that be? I might even put this in the journal somewhere. You could print on it. I have printed on this side, the non-waxy side. It won't come off if you do that if you don't have a laser. Just leave it and let it dry and it will not smear. But look how adorable that would be. I'm not doing a great job, but wouldn't that be adorable? And I did get it from Temu. It was $1, and you get, I think, 50 sheets. And like I said, I have tea stained it. I don't have a piece here. I've used it in my last journal. But anyway, and then, you know, you could just cut it and you'd have a sweet little bag. I just think it's adorable paper, and they have it in every color, shape, size, you name it. But 50 sheets in a box for $1 I thought was pretty good. I think it was 98 cents actually. And I love the fact that, you know, it comes in just a sheet rather than that whole roll. That drives me nuts. But in any event, let me show you real quick how I do anything. Well, my lavender I'll do first, and then I'll show you some fresh baby's breath that I have not yet pressed. And you can get baby's breath anywhere. You could even get it at your local grocery store. So I'll just take a piece of lavender. I keep what I've already pressed, I keep in here. I just put these in here now because I've got to press them, obviously. But if you didn't want to press them, you don't have to. Not the baby's breath. You really don't have to press the lavender either. You can just hang it upside down if you have fresh lavender, and it will dry. And then you could, you know, kind of take a bow and tie it around some of the branches or what have you, depending on what you want to make. So all I do is I take a piece of lavender like that. Now, if I put that on something, it is, because it's very dry and it's very brittle, but if I did put it on something, eventually, for example, if I were to put that on, let me see if I have something in my scrap basket, just to show you. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to place that lavender, so that you don't get confused, let me just cut this really fast. This really isn't my scrap basket. It's not my trash basket. It is my scrap basket. I keep my scraps in here so that if I want to use them for collage, or for twisted tangles or what have you, and then I just take them out and put them away in my ephemera book or whatever. So we have this photo, and we would like to place this, say, here. Well, if you do that, eventually that's just gonna crumble, okay? Probably by the time it gets into the pocket or whatever you're going to do with it. So I'm just going to pinch a little bit of this off because it's a little bit long. And, you know, make sure it's okay where I'm going to place it. I can always trim it. I'm taking some matte medium. You only need a tiny bit. Let me find my paintbrush. I tidied my desk today, so if any of you have tidied your desk, you'll be able to feel my pain. So all you're going to do is take a paintbrush or your finger, whichever you want to use, and just about that much. Okay. And then you're just going to tap it like this. This is going to dry clear. I'm just going to get a little bit more. You're going to tap it like that. And like I said, this will dry clear and you won't even know unless you touched it. Now, it will take the smell of the lavender away. So, but, you know, I mean, if you're using it for a photo, it really doesn't matter. I have dried lavender that I use for sachets, but they're just, like I have a little bit in here that's, you know, kind of fallen off. But, you know, I use these for my sachets and they smell, just that one piece smells so good. And as you know, I think I've said it before in my previous videos, I grow my own lavender, 2 different types. And then just pick it up and do the other side. And like you see, I'm only doing a little bit. And do your stem, because that too will break. But if you put this on, it won't. And that's all you do. And you can do as many or as little as you want at one time, and then put it in your little box. Now, I won't put it back in that box. Oh, I won't put it back in that box. I put it in a different box because that's already been done. So if you want to mass do this, which I suggest, so that you'll have it on the ready. Let me just pick up this lavender because I'm very stingy. Yeah, I mean, just this little bit in a sachet. I put it in some cheesecloth. Just that little bit and some cheesecloth on a tag. I mean, you can smell it in your journal. It's amazing. Oh, love it. I just love it. I opened this box and I'm in heaven. So anyway, well, I just love lavender. I make lavender everything. I make lavender teas, sachets. I put it in my bath. Okay, so now you've got a piece of fresh lavender, and this is very fresh. My husband just brought it home from the grocery store because we can't grow baby's breath here. So I'm just going to go over these little buds very carefully, not to break them. I'm just kind of tapping this onto the buds. Okay, as you can see. I've not seen anybody do this. If you've done it, please do let me know in the description box below so that I can give somebody the credit. I know that right now lots and lots of people are using dried flowers and they're very fragile. I'll definitely tell you that. I watched Grace B Creations the other day, and she did a great job on her video. And she had some dried flowers, and I did mention to her that if she did this, she wouldn't have to worry about them coming apart. I have dried flower arrangements that I've made. I can't even tell you how long ago that I've done this to, only I used at that time Mod Podge because I had it. I don't have it anymore because I live in Florida and it doesn't dry. But I used Mod Podge back then, and I still have those little dried flowers. They're beautiful. And that little, I have a vintage depression glass bottle. It's pink, and I have them in that. It's like a little vase. Very little vase. Similar to something like this. This I keep my scissors in. My little scissors, obviously. So just tap it. And then don't forget your stem. That's a lot. Sorry. I didn't mean to take out that much. So do that. And then just let it dry. It takes only a second. Like I said, it dries clear. So you don't have to worry about that. Or you could put it in a book, flatten it. Doesn't take long to dry at all. I dry mine upside down. I find that it stays whiter. It looks prettier. Then I put it in my flower press and leave it probably, I don't even know. Sometimes I forget it's in there until I open it to put more in there. I have a pretty big one. I have a small one too. I also have one that I made out of book and cardboard. And that's it. So just let those dry for a minute and I'll show you. If you don't mind, I'm going to clean my brush very quickly because, as you know, if you don't, you'll ruin your brush, and I don't want to do that. So I'll just take one of my, no I won't because they're empty. Well, we have to get a new one of those. But if you don't have any water in your craft room, which I don't, I just use hand sanitizer, and it takes that right off. And you've got your brushes nice and clean. I should have had a little dish of water here, but I forgot. So just make sure it's nice and clean. And you might want to take this to the kitchen sink or, you know, put it in your water. But, I mean, I've never had a problem with it, so. And my brush is nice and clean and back to fluffy again. So that goes right back there. Okay. So now, Just lift it off. It's still drying a little bit. As you can see, it's still wet. I don't want to put my heat gun onto it because then it will make noise. Would you mind if I made noise? It will only take a second. As you know, matte medium dries pretty fast, but I don't want to keep you while we wait. So let me just put my heat gun on it real quick. And just, I'll tell you when I'm going to put my heat gun on so you can turn down the volume. All right? Okay, I'm going to put it on now. And you will not be able to tell that this has matte medium on it because it's matte. So if you do use decoupage, you use the matte. Okay, I'm going to put it on again. You ready? You should probably use tweezers because this gets hot. And don't keep it on there too long. You don't want to turn your white flowers brown. That's it. That's it. So now, let's see here. I'll show you what we can do for our next step. You know what I'm going to do. Obviously. I'm addicted. I can't help it. But it looks awesome. Okay. Our age tape that I used the tea-stained parchment paper on. Just going to cut a piece. And watch what happens. It just makes it so much nicer, and like I said, you can get it pretty much anywhere. You can get flowers at anywhere, a bunch of flowers, dry them. You don't have to grow them yourself. Like I can't get baby's breath here to grow. I mean, it does, but it just doesn't do well. I have to get out there pretty fast once it blooms, or else it goes to seed right away. So I'm just going to peel this off. If I can get my fingernail in there. My Fabri-Tac has really done a job on them. Let me just bring it closer to me so I can see. Oh dear. Concentrating, sorry. Okay, I have it now. So I'm going to take my tape, my age tape, my faux age tape. I'll show you how pretty this looks. And it just gives a whole new look. You know, it's like you could just even take, excuse my reach, you could do something like this. See, what happens is my mind starts going and I start thinking about things. And you know me and my lace. It's crazy. It's silly. Hold on one second. I have a little bin here that I've been using for my last project. So I have some out. I'll just use a piece of this. Hold on one second. Let me just tear a piece of this. Okay. I think it might be too big. So I'm just going to take this little piece here. And this just makes it look so nice. You don't have to do this. You know me, I just get carried away because my mind just goes when I start to decorate or embellish things. So you want to take just a little piece of lace or whatever you have and place that there. And then perhaps take your lavender. I think we'll glue that on first. I don't have my gloves, but that's okay. I'll put it down here because it's up too far. I don't know why I had it up there that far. It's kind of a photograph, you know. Kind of just scrunching this up a little bit, as you can see. And yes, I'm using Fabri-Tac, and yes, I'm using my fingers, but I'm going to get that off right away because I have my stuff right beside me. And it comes right off. So I've learned my lesson. And if anybody out there has a suggestion for fabric glue that will work and keep it there, I'd appreciate it. Excuse my reach. So now I'm going to do is take, you could take any kind of glue for this. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. I think I'll probably, let me just try a piece of this as well. It's dry. Maybe, I might not, it might be too much for this little picture. But you could do something like this. Whoops. You could do something like this. Okay. Or, oops, we'll do the lavender because that's what we started with. Oh, it smells so good. It actually still smells. Yes, it does. But it won't for a long time. So I'm actually going to put my lavender, I'm going to put the glue right onto the flower itself. But not all the way. And then all the way down the stem. And it will dry clear, as you know. I'm not done, just one more minute. And now, to finish it off, how long did that take? Not very. Cut this off. Just pretend it's one of those old photographs. I'm not going to take that off. I think it looks good, and I'll use this in something. So what do you think? It's all done. It's all dry. It's never coming off. A little tiny piece of netting under there. A little piece of faux age tape. And you've got a really cute card. And you don't need to put anything over that. It's not going to go away. And it's still nice and soft and dry, and it's beautiful. So, yeah, that's it for tonight's video. And like I said, if you wanted to, you could definitely add that. But I just think for this project, it would have been too much. Okay? And this is probably a little bit too big for it too. But like I said, I wanted to use the lavender just to show you. And then just kind of lift your netting so that it's seen just enough. You know, you don't want to take away from the photo for sure. And this might even be a little bit too big. I could have cut this up a little bit more, but I didn't. And don't throw away this because it doesn't have anything on it. So, and don't throw these away. Those are great collage pieces. So, that's it for tonight. I hope that made sense. I hope it was nice and clear to you. If you have not seen this video, go back and see faux age tape, the easy way, or I don't know. I don't remember what it says. I have several. One is using inks, and one is using Scotch tape and the other one is using parchment paper, tea stain parchment paper. That's what this is, and I love it. And just leave enough there so that the next time you don't have to fight with it. And then that's all you do, and you're done. So, and like I said, just get, you know, another box or perhaps an envelope or a baggie to, you know, put your flowers that you've already pressed and put your matte medium on, and put those in a separate box, because sometimes you like to use these in a different project that doesn't need it. Okay. And here's another example. I just saw these and thought, how pretty would that look? Say, you know, not this, but probably the lavender, because this isn't showing up very well. But, you know, maybe on the corner of one of these labels. Or even better, probably on this, you know. So what I would do is I'd put some lace or something behind that, or maybe a word or a sentiment. And then I'd bring this down here and I'd put a piece of age tape on there. And then, you know, you have a label for your journal, and you have a nice piece of really pretty real dried flower. And you don't have to purchase them from, you know, a vendor or what have you, because, you know, you could get a whole bunch for $1. Like a huge bunch. Mine's drying. I just took a few pieces out so I could show you this evening. So that's it for tonight, folks. I hope that you enjoyed that video. I hope I've inspired you in some way. Please do consider subscribing if you're not already part of our family. We do have a lot of fun here. I do squirrel. I will fully admit that. I do not edit my videos. I do not know how. I don't want to learn. I do want to learn. But I prefer to craft. So that's where I spend my time. So again, Raindrop Lilac, Spring Aesthetics. And I will leave, oh look, oh yes, that will go in the journal. Anyway, it's Spring Aesthetics, Raindrop Lilac, and if you're looking for something like this is from Peachy Pink, I think. I don't remember. I'll look. Alrighty. Thank you so much for stopping by. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. I'll probably name it this and then put in the explanation. So anyway, until tomorrow, be well, be kind, stay safe, and God bless y'all. Bye-bye.